Hey you guys, welcome to your final video of your onboarding for new directors training. Okay, this one is perhaps one of the most important things, and that's why I wanted to save it for the last, because I wanted to make sure that what you hear today is memorable or something sticks out to you and you can really pay attention to this principle. And you'll notice that I didn't say work-life balance, but rather I said work-life harmony. And this is why I say that. Balance implies that everything is equal, right? We spend equal amounts of time on everything. Well, it's not possible if you spend 8 hours with your family or 8 hours on your business. Like, it's not always like you don't want to be doing equal amounts of chunks of everything. Rather, I'd like to look at it as like an orchestra. If you've ever went and heard an orchestra or even a band play, like all of the instruments don't necessarily play at the same time. And if they do play at the same time, they're not all playing at the same level, like volume is what the word I'm looking for. Like, they're not playing, like sometimes the flutes are a little quieter and the drums are loud, or vice versa. Sometimes the trumpets are loud and the violins are soft. Everything has its piece, and as they're all, sometimes one is a little louder than the others at times, and some play and some don't. But as they do that and they work in harmony, they create beautiful music. And it's going to be that same way with your Scentsy business and your personal life, because there's a good chance that that's probably one of the big reasons why you got into Scentsy to begin with, is because you wanted something that offered flexibility. You wanted something that would make it so you didn't miss moments. Well, sometimes we can get so wrapped up in our Scentsy business that we start to forget some of those other things, and we start to get out of harmony, and it just becomes a disaster. And I don't want that to be that for you. I want you to have a beautiful harmony of where sometimes your Scentsy business, especially during busy seasons of our business, are going to play maybe a little bit louder than other times. And sometimes, like, summertime or whatever, and you're like, kids are home from school, and that part, it's a little bit louder, and the Scentsy business is maybe a little quieter. That's okay too, because that, again, having the automation, having the scalable systems in your business set up will make it so that stuff will keep running, still keep going, but you can put the focus where you need to, for if it's in your life or different things like that. And so remember, something that can help you to have that harmony too is setting business hours. Just like you think of a store. For example, there are some stores that are open 24 hours a day, but it's not the same person working those entire 24 hours a day, right? Like, people have hours that they work, and you should be expected to be the same. You don't have to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's okay. And here's the great thing is, where you're just getting started with your Scentsy family, you get to set those expectations. And so what are your office hours? When are you available for your team? Maybe it's between the hours of 9 and 2 when your kids are asleep, or not asleep, in school, right? And that's how it works. Or maybe it's after the kids go to bed that you're available. You get to set those things, and then you've got to hold yourself to it. You have to keep those promises that you made, that I'm going to work between this hour and this hour. Okay. And does it always work like that? Sometimes you'll have things come up, right? And so then you just make sure and create that harmony in another way. But for the most part, and overall speaking, keep those promises, set hours for yourself so you don't have burnout, because there's so much beautiful life to be experienced, and you don't need to work it away. So work those hours that you need to work, and then put it away, because there's always tomorrow that you can keep working on those projects and keep working that business. And then also with your team, if they text you or if they Facebook message you, you don't have to respond right away. As soon as you get the message, you don't have to respond, because what if you're in the middle of, like, playing at the park with your kids, or what if you're on a date with your spouse or significant other and the message comes in? No way. You enjoy being in the moment that you're in, because whatever there is, it can wait, and I want it to wait. And as you can practice to do that and you set that, then your team's going to know that that's okay. And then they can see that, okay, I would want to do that too, because if you're always available for everything, or you're always there or whatever, and they see you running ragged and just miserable, they're going to look and be like, I didn't want to do that. That doesn't look fun, right? You want to be able to be duplicatable so that they would want to do the same thing. And so take time for yourself. It's okay. And it's okay to set hours of working and hours when you're available. And if they message you at 10 o'clock at night, it's okay not to respond until the next morning when you're working. Okay. And oftentimes they'll end up finding the answer themselves anyways. And it's not that you don't want to help, but you do have to create those boundaries and stick to those boundaries so that you can have beautiful harmony in both your personal and work life. Okay, you did it. Congratulations. You've worked through all these videos. If you would like any more clarification or further explanation or ideas on anything, don't hesitate to reach out at all, because we are happy to help you in any way. So congratulations again. Let's do this. Bye, friend.